Good afternoon. Today is, I just realized my mic is really low. Give me a second. I'm going to adjust this. Today is April 14th and we're Monday. Monday. Wow. The time's just flying by. Good afternoon, Jonathan. Welcome to your daily dose of salt and light with myself, Nadine Ness. But it's not going to be a regular episode, and I'm going to explain why. It took me forever to get this all set up because I had moved all the studio and brought it with me to Ottawa. But the main reason it's not going to be a regular episode is because I don't have help anymore. For the next month, I'm basically doing it solo. So I used to have a nanny helping me, and she's coming back, but she's going to be gone for about a month, just over a month. So I haven't figured out what I'm going to do yet. And I was hoping my son was going to be asleep, but he's just not falling asleep. So I have the door open and I can see him. And he's eating snacks right now with his iPad. I gave him an iPad. So at any point in time, I may have to walk away because I'm a mom first. So I haven't figured out what I'm going to do yet. I was talking to Jonathan last night about if I, because it's not fair either if I'm not always at a regular time. If you guys are waiting for my show and the show's not happening, I don't want to keep people waiting. So I was thinking, what time could I do it that will always work? And I think what I'm going to do is switch it to the evenings for now. I haven't figured out yet what time. I don't want it to be too late because then I'll be really tired and not really productive in the show. My brain just, once it's like 9 o'clock at night, it just stops working. But I also don't want to compete with other people who have a show. So, and I think what we're going to do, just because I don't have help for the next month or so, it's going to be harder for me to keep on top of things with home, being a mom of four, keeping the house clean and all of that. So I'm probably going to move it to just 2 days a week. So Tuesdays and Thursdays in the evening. So, and it has to be late enough for my husband to get home. So sometimes he doesn't get home till like 8 o'clock. So he said if we do it regular, he's going to make sure that he's not scheduled to work too late. So, hi, Jonathan. I want to say hi to a few people. Linda's watching. Also, David. Hi. So I don't have anything prepared to share with you guys. I might just share a couple of my tweets. I won't be super long. Again, I just wanted to. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging, but I don't know how I'll be able to do the show with being at home. Like when James is here is not as bad because James can come and tell me if there's something wrong. But like right now, I can see Anders from here. He's just like in his high chair, at least locked in. But I don't think it's fair for him either. So until oh, David has an interesting question. I'll answer it in a second. Yeah, until I have help again. So it won't be till like 3/4 of the way through May. We don't know yet for sure what date she's coming back, but I think May 20th is the day we think she's gonna be coming back. So I'm just gonna have to wing it and do something until then. I prefer during the day because I hate taking away time from my family and spending time with my husband. And I'm one of those that really loves her husband. So I love spending time with him in the evening. But I think what we're going to do is going to do Tuesdays and Thursday evening when he's home from work and can watch the kids. That way there's no risk of my son starting to freak out midway through the show but yeah. So he's just eating some bananas right now. I figure it'll give me like probably 15, 20 minutes. Okay, so the button gate. David asked, did you see any of those buttons at the conference? No, I did not. I didn't see them anywhere. And if I would have seen them, I would have been, this is strange. This is not anything that we would have been posting to begin with. Like, stop. You can tell these are liberals that made these because it makes no sense in the conservative movement. Like, 99% of the people at that conference don't even know who Jenny Bine is. Like the only people who would know who she is would be the people who are either inside the Conservative Party or inside the Liberal Party, or like really like staffers that work for government. Like the general public doesn't know who she is. I think I've only ever heard of her because David Parker once went on like this rampage attacking Polyev and his wife and Jenny and kind of bringing Jenny into it. That's the only way I know. And I'm quite involved politically, so I don't imagine most of the people there even knew. So that in itself, I don't know who the other person is that they crossed the name for. I don't even know who that person is. So, and I'm pretty involved politically. So it just goes to show this is like an insider thing. And yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, at least if they're going to do something, they should do something that would make it seem like it would be something conservatives would bring there and start sharing. But it did make me realize one thing. This wasn't just like a staffer. This was people who worked directly in the war room of the Liberal Party. This is the war room during an election is the highest level of, I guess, you can get into influencing or working with the Liberal Party. The war room is like only specific people kind of get, sorry, I'm super itchy in my back. only the true insider work in that. And so if you think about that for a second, that's the highest level of the Liberal Party, and they're willing to do something so corrupt, so immoral that they're willing to do that. So it made me think, when has there been times where things have happened where you're like, okay, that was definitely a plan. So, and it made me go back to thinking, remember during the convoy when there was like that Confederate flag that was posted during the convoy, and conveniently pictures were taken by like Trudeau's um by some of the liberal people, like the mainstream media. Nobody else who was there saw that flag. And if you look at the angle of where the flag would have been, it wouldn't have been something where a normal convoy participant would have seen. It was kind of hidden, and it would have been coming out of a door going back in. So it would have been a perfect plant, right? So if they did that for the buttons at this conference, how do we know they haven't done it for other things? And I fully believe, even from the get-go. Yeah, David says it was Trudeau's photographer. Are you saying it was Trudeau's photographer that was holding the flag, or that took the picture? And Linda says Corey was yapping on CBC prior to the buttons coming out about division in the party. Oh, interesting. Is Corey the guy that was button? I can't even remember. Here, let's bring it up because I did tweet about it. I'll just find my tweet. There you go. Yeah, I'll see if I can share it. Does it work? Yeah. Move it over. So my tweet was, for liberals, operations like this don't violate a moral code because they don't have one. This was the liberal war room, not just some random staffer. So from now on, when something controversial looks planted, I'm just going to assume it came from them. As in the Confederate flag at the convoy. Everyone that I know, I'm so sorry, I'm still jet lagged. I got home, so I didn't sleep much, for one, during the conference. One, because it's in a hotel and I don't sleep. I'm away from my own bed. I have grounding sheets, so I think that's part of why I don't bring them with me. So, and if you're not sold on grounding sheets, I got them just thinking, I'm gonna try it out. I'm fully sold. When it gets unplugged or something by mistake, I can tell because I start sleeping really poorly, and as soon as I plug it back in, I'm sleeping good again. That's how I know it got unplugged. I get really poor sleep. So, but anyways, so and I got up, my flight was at 6, so I had to leave at like 3, get up at 3 to leave at 3:30 to be there on time. And same thing when I was flying back. So when I got home yesterday, not last night, around 10 a.m. I slept for 5 hours that afternoon, and then I got up, spent some time with my family, went back to bed at a normal time, and I had a hard time waking up this morning. So I had a lot of sleep to catch up with. But yeah, so Liberal operatives planted "Stop the Steal" button. There is a video. Actually, I'll play it. Might as well play it. Let's see. I just have to grab the link. I did share it here. But for you guys to be able to hear it, I have to put it in another screen. Give me 1 second. New window. There you go. I wasn't planning on sharing stuff, but look at you guys asking me all these questions. I'm just kidding. Okay, share screen. Entire screen. Where did it go? There you go. Share. Okay. Boom. Okay, let me know if you guys can hear it or not.
The Conservative Party is accusing the Liberals of attempting to bring American-style politics to Canada. Liberal operatives reportedly planted buttons with divisive messages at a Conservative conference in Ottawa last week. But the campaign trick seems to have backfired. CBC's Kate McKenna broke the story and has more.
So last week I covered this conference, the Canada Strong and Free Networking Conference, and it's an annual event where Conservatives from across the country come and meet and talk about issues. And while I was there, I noticed a couple of buttons that I thought were strange. One said "Stop the Steal," which is an apparent reference to the 2020 movement to overturn the U.S. election results. And the other had the name Jenny Byrne crossed out and replaced with Corey Teneycke. Byrne is the Conservative campaign manager, and Teneycke is a longtime Conservative strategist who has been critical of the ongoing election campaign. So it's conceivable that people at this conference made these pins. And in fact, I spent time last week trying to prove that. But recently, I learned it was an operation undertaken by the Liberal War Room itself. 2 operatives went to the conference and planted these buttons, and in an attempt to tie Conservative supporters to the politically toxic Donald Trump. I was having dinner with friends, and I saw some people who I recognized to be Liberal staffers. I overheard the person next to me, a man, who had already identified himself as someone who was working in the Liberal War Room, and he's talking about how he was at the conference and planted these buttons in a Liberal campaign-sanctioned false flag operation. So I confronted him. He knew I was a journalist. I said, if you did that, then that's a story and I'll report it. At first, he conceded that he had said that, but once I said it was going to be a story, he denied having said anything at all. So I left shortly after, and then at a separate bar, a Conservative source told me another Liberal campaign staffer was also talking about it. So the next day, I put in a request for comment with the Liberal Party, and they didn't deny it. It's not unusual for political parties to play tricks like this during a campaign, but it is unusual to hear about it from them.
That reporting is from CBC's Kate McKenna.
It's true. David says politically toxic Donald Trump. They just cannot quit, which is true. But it's interesting though. She says it's not unusual for this to occur. I just realized my camera is a bit crooked. I'll fix it when I do come live again. But she's basically saying this is regular behavior for them. But I find it interesting that she came forward and actually did a story on it. So good for her. And it's clear, you can tell she's probably a left-leaning person like most of the people that work in mainstream media. But at least she's coming forward and saying so. But did you hear how she said at first she was trying to do a story on the pins? That's the interesting part. She was trying to do a story on the pins, then overheard this, and then at the end she says she was somewhere else and heard the Conservatives talking about it.
Party, and they didn't deny it. He denied having said anything at all. So I left shortly after, and then at a separate bar, a Conservative source told me another Liberal campaign staffer was also talking about it. So the next day, I put in a request for comment with the Liberal Party. So someone else, a Liberal person, was talking about it at a separate bar. I wonder if it was the same bar I was at in
Ottawa, there's a few places that a lot of the government people go. One is John A's. I went there, but it wasn't really my scene. I'm too old for that. But yeah, it's like a bar, but it's like a pub. You can order food and stuff. The bar was Darcy's. Was the second one though John A's? Ooh, Linda says Carney resigned those Liberal staffers. Really? Didn't fire them or have them charged with election interference. And yeah, like she even in the news thing, she's saying that when I played it just now and didn't have it on the screen, could you guys hear it? I just wanted to replay to see what she had said. He reassigned, Linda says. I hadn't heard anything about that. Was he asked about it? So there's another tweet that I'm going to share with you guys, and then I'll end it for the day. And so if everything goes good, tomorrow night I'll be switching my show to the evening. Yeah, audio is fine. I was wondering if you guys could still hear it when I don't have the video like showing, because I just replayed it for a little bit. Okay, David said he was asked about it this AM. Let's see if Carney pins. Oh, this is funny. This is a joke tweet. It's Mark Carney's ego. The story of Liberal Party planting MAGA pins at a conservative conference is spreading, so I'm stopping in to visit people who can help, the CBC. They've agreed to keep this out of their headlines, but if it was the Conservatives doing it, it would be breaking news. Actually, they're talking about it. It was just a funny. Let's see. I'm just trying to find something on it. I don't see anything. I'll report on it in the evening and see. I did get it, David, the email, but I haven't yet checked my emails. I just got back yesterday and I was basically sleeping all day. And today I had to bring my nanny to the bus and then get Anders a haircut. Do you guys want to see his new haircut? And then I'll end the show, but I will come back. I'll show you his new haircut. He looks like a whole different kid, but I'll end the show and I'll do like an actual show tomorrow night when Jonathan's home. If you're just coming on the show right now, I don't have help anymore. So my son is sitting on the high chair with an iPad and some snacks. So I wasn't planning on doing a full show, even just like getting ready for the show and getting everything connected. I had to keep him occupied. David says, I put Carney Talks Buttongate and a short video pops up. Okay, let's see if I can find it. And then I can play it. Buttongate. It's kind of funny when you think about it. Okay, here you go. It's a short.
Members of the Liberal Board.
Oh, how do you get the shorts to be full screen? Okay, let's it's a weird format, but let's see.
So the Central Campaign distributed Stop the Steal buttons at a Conservative event. Given the anti-democratic implications of this phrase, how much does this event undermine the trust in the way that the Liberals operate, and what have you done in response to these revelations?
Thanks for the question. Look, this is totally unacceptable, to be absolutely clear. And I, on behalf of my campaign, I was unaware of this behavior, but on behalf of my campaign, I apologize for it unreservedly. Okay? I've made it absolutely clear to my campaign that this behavior or anything approximating it or in that not happen again.
Members of the Liberal war room, so the Central
I think I lost you guys there for a second.
campaign distributed Stop the Steal button.
To my campaign that this behavior or anything approximating it or in that spirit is unacceptable, cannot happen again.
Members of the Liberal war room, so the Central campaign
him.
distributed Stop the Steal buttons at a Conservative event. Given the anti-democratic implications.
Are they all shorts? I don't see it. But anyways, I'll make sure to bring it up on the show when I have like the full episode. So yeah, I'm thinking how does it work for you guys since you're all mostly all here? Does Tuesdays and Thursday work? If I move it maybe to 7 p.m. When does Shadow Davis do his show? I don't want to jump on top of him either. Here. I'm just going to Google it. Do you guys know? Oh, here, I found his website. Does it say when he does his show? Maybe on X. I'll go to his profile, see if I can find one. At 8 p.m. Central Time. So what is Central Time? Oh, that would be 7. So I would completely be... Yeah, that would be 7 my time. But if I did 8 p.m., it would work, right? Yeah, let's do that. We'll do Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. And then, because I don't think it impedes with Clyde Do Something either. I think he's Wednesdays and Fridays. So we'll do Tuesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. Oops. I'll have to call her back. And then 8 p.m. Saskatchewan time. What time is that for you, David? I think you're in BC, right? Yeah. Let's do that. We'll do 8 p.m. That way I don't need to worry about Jonathan not getting home in time. And that'll give me time to get ready and make sure to have supper ready for him. And then, okay, so we're 1 hour different. So that'll be 7 p.m. for you, but 8 p.m. for me. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do Tuesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. So I'll have a full show ready tomorrow. And then when my nanny gets back at the end of May, I'll probably switch back to during the day because I'll have help. But right now, it'll have to be when my husband is home. And for some people, that might not work. But it's more important that my son comes first. Like this is like second. My family is first. So yeah, I'll do that. I'm going to let you guys go because I do have to go pick up James. And I don't like leaving Andrew in the high chair. Do you guys want to see his haircut? I'll go get him. Just give me a sec. He used to have like the longest hair. And he got a haircut. Look, buddy. That's you. Do you like your new hair? Here, I'll fix it. There you go.
We're done.
Does it feel different? So, okay, I'm going to let you guys go. And then, why are you making faces? Maybe I should bring him on more often. It's funny because he
Yeah.
looks just like James. Yeah, that's you. That's you. He looks just like James, except he's a blonde version.
What?
Don't touch the keys. It's going to cut off the computer. But yeah, and then I'll be back on tomorrow night at 8 p.m. And then here, you can go wrong. Go on. Run free. No, you can't press the buttons, buddy. Okay, he wants to stay. So I will see you guys on tomorrow night at 8 p.m. See ya.